2 weeks removed from an unforgettable Revolution Rumble, RevPro was back live in London, less than 3 weeks away from Summer Sizzler. The night at the 229 began with Robbie X against the debuting Archie Cole. Perhaps X had expected an easy night at the office against a wildly inexperienced opponent, just 18 years of age, making his main roster debut. But Archie Cole gave Robbie X a run for his money and then some. Cole was able to shock the world, a moonsault off of the corner, landing on Robbie X, keeping his shoulders down for the 3 count. A massive win for this young man at his first time here at the 229. Second on the bill in London this Sunday was a highly anticipated contest between two men who made it almost all the way to the end of the Revolution Rumble, Josiah and Connor Mills. But the match between these two was barely able to get underway before Mills' tag team partner, Jay Joshua, intervened, attacking Josiah. The referee had no choice but to call off the match. Then came the first of 3 opening round matches in that number 1 contenders tournament for the undisputed British Women's Championship. Nina Samuels of the Cutthroat Collective one-on-one with Danny Luna. Both of these two could be considered among the favourites for the tournament. But this was a match that was just kicking into high gear when Samuels landed awkwardly and suffered an apparent concussion. The referee was checking on the well-being of Samuels when Samuels from nowhere was able to catch Luna, keep her shoulders down for the 1-2-3 and secure her spot in the final. Samuels, though, after the match had to be taken to a local hospital to be checked out, and the question remains, will Samuels be medically cleared to compete in that 3-way final of the tournament this coming Sunday in Coventry? One of the big stories here in RevPro over the past week was the announcement of the 4th ever Great British Tag League, and it all got underway on Sunday in the 229 as a Block A match between the Flying Bryant brothers, Xander and Leland, and the reigning undisputed British Tag Team Champions, the Young Guns. The Bryants know that they are underdogs, but they approach this contest against the Young Guns with the kind of confidence that has won the Bryant brothers so many fans. Ultimately, though, Ethan Allen and Luke Jacobs proving too strong, picking up the first win of this year's Great British Tag League. Over at the commentary table, Gideon Gray continued to hurl verbal abuse at Xander and Leland. Xander had enough and attacked Gray, ultimately throwing him into the merchandise table, and you would hope teaching him a lesson about disrespecting the Bryants. The first half in London was rounded off by a first-time ever singles match pitting the youngest in charge, Leon Slater, against CPF's Joe Lando. Slater, in the end, just too strong for Lando. The Swanton 450, putting Lando away and getting Leon Slater back right at the heart of the conversation when it comes to that chase for the undisputed British Heavyweight Championship.
The honorary Hardy Boy will be walking out of this year your undisputed British Heavyweight Ross Clark Champion, you get me?
The second of the opening round matches in the number 1 contenders tournament for that undisputed British Women's Championship saw Lizzie Evo taking on Emerson Jane. During the match, Evo was joined at ringside by Sapphire Reed. Reed herself just a few minutes away from her first round match. There was clearly a plan from the Cutthroat Collective to try and distract the referee and help Evo to secure a win. Reed got on the apron and caused the diversion for the referee, but the distraction didn't last long enough and the referee caught Evo in the act of trying to cheat. Then right amidst the confusion, Jane able to get Lizzie Evo's shoulders pinned down to the mat, and it is Emerson Jane in the finals this coming Sunday at Coventry. 2 weeks after the biggest moment of his young career, the new undisputed British Cruiserweight champion Nino Bryant put the title on the line in a rematch against the man he defeated at the Revolution Rumble, Will Caven. Caven came charging out of the blocks, diving through the ropes before Bryant could even make it into the ring. But just like Bryant did in York Hall a fortnight previously, he weathered the storm, a Bryant splash off the top rope, enough to ensure that Bryant retained the undisputed British Cruiserweight Championship. But also, just like at York Hall, just as Bryant was celebrating the win, he was attacked by Ricky Knight Jr., the man who's going to challenge Michael Oku for the British Heavyweight title at Summer Sizzler. And Oku was not far behind, coming to the aid of Nino Bryant as tensions continuing to boil over between Oku and RKJ headed into Wolverhampton July 25th.
Summer Sizzler will be remembered as the night that the
last of the opening round matches in that women's #1 contenders tournament was next. It was Kanji, the woman who almost defeated Mercedes Monet for the title at high stakes in April, against Sapphire Reed of the Cutthroat Collective, who had amends to make, to put it mildly. Reed was able to somehow steal the win from Kanji and book her spot in the final next week in Coventry. The main event was scheduled to be the Revolution Rumble winner Shah Samuels against Jay Joshua, but Zosiah returning the favor on Joshua. Almost immediately, Connor Mills joined the fray. Shah Samuels did as well. Before we knew what was happening, what was going to be a singles match became an impromptu tag team main event, pitting Zosiah and Shah Samuels against Mills and Joshua. And the match was every bit as chaotic as you might think it would be given its impromptu nature, but Shah Samuels was able to secure the win for his team.
You ain't got to be Sherlock Holmes to figure out what I'm going to do. Crystal Palace, RevPro anniversary show. I'm coming for the British Heavyweight Championship. But if I don't walk out of Crystal Palace with that championship, I can't think of a better match to be my last.
So this relentless summer in RevPro just continues to become more intriguing by the day. This coming Sunday, as you know, we are in Coventry with the finals of that #1 contenders tournament for the Women's Championship, and also Zosiah versus Jay Joshua in a last man standing match. That plus Trent Seven versus Chuck Mambo and much, much more, all going down in Coventry this Sunday. We'll see you there. In the meantime, I've been Dave Bradshaw, and this has been the RevPro Recap.